Hello everyone. Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. Just gonna make my daily video lesson going over my top watches for tomorrow. I already got the watch list done here. I'll post it on Twitter after I make this video lesson. But I got a few here that I'm really eyeing, and let's just start it off. We'll start with IMTE. Um, we got I went through this one yesterday as well. Pump looking chart. Now we're way off the highs, looking for that multi-day bounce. Just a bread and butter pump and dump chart pattern. Um, Having a hard time trying to find a bottom, but today it's showing some bottoming compared to the past few days. Ever since this started the fade, all it was been doing is just finishing at days low and got aggressive here. A lot of selling going on. Today we got a little bit more buying going on for sure. Let's look at the 15 minutes, see if that's what it says as well. Where are we at? Yeah, low volume. Some some heavier selling early on, but where did it go? With that kind of selling, it was doing more selling today than it did yesterday early on. Had some heavy candles, and it did not fall as steep. It seems like we got that little fake out, not much, but when we're looking at it from the low eights, where it really traded a bit early on, low eights, it really just dipped $1 compared to this going nearly $5, 23 to 12, $9. So now these are shrinking. This is shrinking a bit. It's starting to coil back a bit, trying to find a bottom. I think soon. I don't know when. That's the thing with the multi-day bounce. It's more of a waiting game to see for the momentum shift. So I can't say tomorrow's going to be the day. But I sometime this week. Well, we also have Friday off, so we got tomorrow, the day after, and the day after that. I think this thing should be bouncing sometime this week. I don't know exactly which day, but I think this is starting to coil a bit. The lows are starting to tighten up, and even though it had some decent selling, it didn't fail much further, like what was happening the past couple days. Excuse me. And combining that with it being way off the highs and starting to come back closer to a support level in the sixes, I think this could possibly offer a move tomorrow. We'll see, but just looking for that momentum shift. That's really it. That's the key to acknowledge. Just be patient. Unlike me, I traded this. Excuse me. I traded this here. Got in at 864, just an impulse buy on 150 shares. Ended up failing. Took $75 loss when this failed. Uh, Impulse buy just got faked out. If this were to hold and come back for a high a day, that's the pattern. Now I'm looking for that high breakout for the momentum shift. For anyone who's been really watching all these videos, probably exhausted of hearing that. But I gotta, even I'm messing up, so I gotta repeat it as well, maybe for myself. Um, but yeah, IMTE looking pretty strong for possible bounce, as well as Phio. Praying this thing doesn't take off. It's still got 45 minutes here after hours. Holding strongly, already up 6% after hours. Got that beautiful play on Friday. Now we got the red day, and I'm just looking for that reversal of 20 to 30%. I'll be taking my 10 to 15%. So, same thinking here. Obviously, set up a little differently, but it's the same psychology, same pattern. And we're just going to be looking for that quick reversal. So, we'll see what happens with these two. I'm really liking them because I really like that multi-day bounce play. What else we got? Sbfm. That is another potential one. Where are we at? Oh, great. One sec. Just staying with the offering here on Friday. Fading. We'll see how I was talking about this thing possibly being weighed down because of the offering. Today it almost seemed like it because it did set up for the multi-day bounce pattern, but it got stuffed. And hard to say because that does occasionally happen. But you see here, you got that break over the 590 area. You get a quick push to 630-ish, but that's it. And we just finished red. So I'll be eyeing this for a possible multi-day bounce. Probably small size just because I want to see how this reacts because of the news. Um, but yeah, I am digging this as well for possible play. Not my favorite compared to Phio and Imte, but if it shows itself, I don't see why not. Especially after today, taking my lesson with if you look at the previous video lessons with Jesus, what was it? Viru, Veru, the ticker of the mover of the day today. It was 60 million float, and that put me on the sideline. And I typically take gambling trades too, but I just take smaller size, and I just failed to do that today, and I paid the price. So why not take the lesson? Maybe the lesson is don't gamble, but if you are gonna take small size, so I might do that with Sbfm. Another play Mvdl or Mdvl. Sorry, let's fix that. We got what I wanted to be a multi-day bounce play. Didn't finish red today. So now we're just going to be looking at this thing for a possible 262 multi-day breakout. Very strong action today already. Finishing strong. If I trade overnight, this might be something I'd be interested in for a gap up to test the breakout level. We'll see what happens, but doing some decent volume these past few days, and let's see if it comes back on a 262 break. Um, That's all it's got. Not much history here, but let's do resistance levels. Past the mid twos. If this thing can get the volume, this could definitely get the four. But for sure, I could see a 50% move on this if we really fail to break down. You see here, we got some solid action. Moves pretty quick. Both these times, solid resistance in the low twos here. So 240 is gonna have to. It's gonna have to be above 240 to really catch my attention. And 260, I will be looking for a development for it to go sideways a bit, create a base, show that it's failing to break down, and making a higher low at a key level and turning it into more of a support level than keeping it as resistance if the volume and buying is there. And that'll lead to what should be a beautiful move. Um, so yeah, those are my top watches. I'll update it in the morning for sure. Just throwing Viru here, see what this is doing. This is looking nice for a play holding up this strong after it's ran up this much. Definitely going to be eyeing this for potential previous high daybreak, that's for sure. Has some resistance in the 16s, but might blow right through that. Not much resistance there, volume wise. Not many seller bag holders there. If the volume keeps coming in. But yeah, so this is getting a bit longer than I would have wanted. Just went over the plays that I'm got on watch here. Hope this was useful. Hope these work out. I know today I didn't trade anything really from my. I had IMTE for my watch list, but that didn't work out. But from the Twitter, I had some decent calls here on some plays. I know I didn't trade them, but I hope it was useful to catch a lesson, to see it yourself how it works out, what my thinking was, and seeing it happen live, like IVDA, Viru. So yeah, what else happened? Was that mainly it? Those are really the two plays for my watch. But they had such nice moves. You can't ignore that. You got to really pay attention and get the lesson from that watch list, and really see how I'm thinking. So we'll just wrap it up there. Hope this was useful. Please like and subscribe to the channel. To follow us on Pack a Punch or at Twitter on Twitter at Pack a Punch Traders to get the watch list, the whole thing, updated tickers in the morning throughout the day. What's happening? IVDA popped up later. Um, but yeah, and if you're interested in any live trading or whatnot, any morning action throughout the day, Q&A, whatever you need, we got tradecaster.com. We're on that, so check us out there. Besides that, hope this was helpful, and let's see if any of them work tomorrow.